time it is, baby. 21-3. Ranked number 1 in the league. You know where we going. Alright, guys.
Woo!
So welcome
Woo!
to the 8th wonder of the world. And heck, just follow me here real quick. And introducing my boy to the left of me, Mr. Heck Huncho.
And to the right of me, my boy, Al, young Poppy Nick Swagger.
And with the fusion together, the little DBZ style way. We are the Process Loading Podcast, baby. And we are back for episode 33. The Larry Bird.
Let's get it.
Just another week in sports.
Woo!
You know how it goes. Bunch of headlines we got to cover. Some mostly NFL news. We got some college football here.
Yeah,
and then we got to talk about your boy and his recent victory.
Woo!
So, let's start it off with we are back with our week to week. It was a little depressing, but week to week bird talk.
We're back. Happy Wednesday to all my Birds fans out there. Happy Wednesday, as you can see. Double one.
I could dig that.
Woo!
I could dig that.
Feeling great after that win, bro. Listen, it was a struggle. Someone's had 2 receivers. His best receiver on the field was a QB converted wide receiver, Greg Ward, who just came off the practice squad.
He wasn't even in NFL a little while ago.
You got to realize the Eagles couldn't even run 11 personnel because they only had 2 receivers. So they're limited to certain formations, personnel. Lane Johnson leaves the game. He's injured.
Oh, yeah, shit. High ankle sprain, though, so it's not...
Jeffrey gets injured. He's out for the year. It's been confirmed. He's out for the year.
Foot injury. Most likely Achilles.
Eagles got this out with who? 5'7" Boston Scott?
Boston Scott.
Nah.
Josh,
no way.
Josh Perkins.
Greg
Perkins. Arcega Whiteside. Who hasn't been in Wentz's good graces since week 3.
You got Vaitai playing right tackle now.
Isaac Seumalo.
Oh my God. And the Eagles find the way to get this win. Woo! Woo! Listen, I know it's been a bad year, but they needed this win.
Right.
I'm not saying it's, oh my God, the Eagles are going to make a Super Bowl run. I'm not saying none of that. But it was great to see that win. One, if you're a fan of Carson Wentz, if you're even an Eagles fan, you should be proud of that performance from Carson Wentz. They're able to rally the troops. The first half, you could tell this is coaching. Why are your guys not pumped up to go into this game when you got the playoffs down the way to get a win? With, Zach Ertz coming up big when we needed him to. Carson Wentz making the plays you got to make. Arcega Whiteside making an over-the-shoulder grab.
This is what we drafted you for.
Making that over-the-shoulder grab. Greg Ward making good catches. Boston Scott looking like Sproles 2.0, may I say. Man.
Yeah, definitely, most definitely.
Eagles needed this win, especially if they want to make the playoffs, if they want to end the season on a good note. They had to tough this one out, and they did. They had to, and it was looking real bad. It was looking like all Philly was going to erupt if they didn't make that late run in the 4th. And then they go into overtime. The Giants don't touch the ball at all. Who ends it on a walk-off? My guy, 86, Zach Ertz.
I don't even have to ask you if you were impressed by Wentz.
You know I was impressed by Wentz. This was his best game of the year. His best game of the year. It was his clutch win that he got. I believe it was his first clutch win that Carson Wentz has got in his career.
Right.
He needed it. And I know what was going on. You had to look at the coaching. Why are these guys playing like this? Why are they not set? I'm calling for, please, can we get Ronald Darby benched?
Oh, my God.
I mean, this is terrible.
He's garbage.
If it's not that, it's Jim Schwartz. If Eli Manning is throwing quick passes every single play. He's getting the ball out in less than 2 seconds. Why are you playing off coverage? Why are you not just pressing? When they're continually, Eli Manning is just calling hike and just throwing it right away, and you're not playing press coverage. These guys are still playing off. Ronald Darby got smoked for 2 touchdowns, missed tackling, terrible. Blew my mind that even happened. To a guy, was Darius Slayton, I believe is his name?
Yep.
What the hell?
57 and 2
what
TDs in the first
hell,
half.
Ronald? What the hell was that? What was that? And then the second one, you and just Rodney were just confused again, miscommunication in the secondary. It blows my damn mind. It really does. Yeah, but of all time said, right here.
Let's hear it.
Play to win the game.
Former Eagle, too.
Hello? You
Play to win the game.
You don't play to just play it. That's the great thing about sports.
You play to win the
You play
game.
to win.
You don't play to lose.
You don't have any wins.
So the Eagles got to keep going out there, and they got to keep winning games.
Racking up them W's.
So that's my overall take about this game. I thought it was well needed for the whole team, and more importantly, Wentz. So go ahead, brother, take away what you got to say about this, game, this overtime victory over the Giants.
The most important, I don't want to go too deep into it because I feel like you broke it down straight to the T, like we always do here. But what I learned, my biggest lesson from this game that I learned is that Wentz displayed his greatest performance
Oh, yeah.
in a Philadelphia Eagles uniform. I know it was against the Giants, but what he did was he was able to do. They were down 17-3 at halftime. Literally, the entire Lincoln Financial Stadium was in the mix of leaving and booing him. So he lost the crowd behind him.
Oh, yeah.
During that first half, and what he did was absolutely spectacular. He was able to rally the troops with guys like Greg Ward, again, Josh Perkins, Arcega-Whiteside, and Boston Scott, who some of these guys weren't even in the NFL a couple of months ago. And what he did was he displayed something that everybody in Philadelphia and in the sports community was criticizing him for. Was he able to display leadership? Was he able to rally his troops and win a game when it's unlikely that you're going to win? On that fourth quarter drive, bro, that was a drive kill. He went 7 for 9 on that drive. He then, in his first half, he went 11 for 19, 97 passing yards, 0 touchdowns. In the second half, he absolutely tore it up. 22 for 31, 228 passing yards, and 2 touchdowns. This boy was insane. The throws he was making to guys like Greg Ward. I know Greg Ward dropped a touchdown late in the game.
Yeah.
But what Wentz was able to do was absolutely phenomenal. And it answers every single question mark that every Philadelphia fan had once Nick Foles, was he able to rally up the troops like a guy like Nick Foles was able to do last year? And yes, he checked every single box that night. I don't care if it was against the Giants. I don't care if it's against the Bengals. You play who's on your schedule. End of the day, he did what he had to do. It's a W. Don't matter how it comes. Field goal, safety. It don't matter. A W is a W. Great job by the Eagles. The only thing I'm gonna criticize is Peterson's play calling. That first half was absolutely awful. That was straight up garbage. And
It was, yeah. We gotta get into that.
And you can't play like that. You can't play like
No.
that at all. And the reason why he had to go to Boston Scott, because he was forced to go to Boston Scott. He should have been implemented Boston Scott in that lineup. There's no way Darren Sproles should have been signed to this team from training camp. No way. And no way you give him that type of money. But at the end of the day, Eagles got their W, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, honestly.
Point before we play the clip, bro. We know that Carson Wentz is a big play quarterback. What he was able to do that night was, we always express how he does way too much. He was able to, there's nothing wrong with this term that I'm about to slay out there. He was being a game manager, throwing the dink and dunk throws. When the big plays came, he made the big plays.
Yeah.
He wasn't trying to make nothing out of something where every single play, but he did what he had to do to not lose this game. Kudos to you, Wentz, and kudos to the Eagles. Let's wrap this up.
The Eagles control their destiny. If they win out, they will make the playoffs.
Yes, they will.
So the goals are right there in front of us. Doug Peterson is right, like he said.
2 more weeks.
Young guys stepped up. What do you draft these guys for? When your number is cold, you have to step up. That's what happened tonight with Greg Ward, Arcega-Whiteside. It might have took them a couple weeks, but they finally got it. And you just love to see that. The young guys stepping up on this team. The Eagles do have a lot of veterans that, kind of haven't been playing too well this year. So you need these young guys to step up, and that's exactly what happened. So.
And plus, Wentz, for his confidence, he could use this playoff experience.
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
My man, Farmer Fred from Waterboy.
Like you said.
That's what we live a fine day.
We live fine.
We live a fine
Another day.
You live to play another
And
day.
then my man Lloyd.
With
from
that
Dumb and
win,
Dumber.
like we said, the Eagles are they're tied for first in the division. So,
What's that mean?
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
so you're telling me there's a chance? Hell yeah,
Hell yeah.
Hell
baby.
yeah. And, man, Eagles needed that, brother. So, I think we're set up for some great matchups. First matchup is LSU against Jalen Hurts. Maybe potential Heisman. Who knows? We got Jalen Hurts there. He's going to have a tough task trying to take down this LSU team. And the other side, which I'm so happy to see, because Clemson has just had such an easy road here to the college football play. They really have.
They're going to get tested, baby.
Honestly, they haven't been playing that great. You know, Trevor Lawrence has not been playing how he looked like last year. And we had a lot of expectations from him, especially after we seen him take down Alabama. We had a lot of expectations from him this year. But he hasn't been able to do that. But listen, he's going to play a tough team in Ohio State. So they're really going to have to prove it. I think two really great matchups here. And the thing I love about it is that they're all great quarterback matchups.
Oh, yeah. All transfers, too.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have Joe Burrows against Jalen Hurts. We're going to have
Justin Fields
against Trevor Lawrence. You're going to have Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, the receivers for LSU, going up against guys like CeeDee Lamb, who we both are huge fans of.
Number one receiver entering this
Charleston Rambo there too. So great playmakers on the offensive side of both these teams. Then you look at the other side. You got Ohio State, who has potentially two Heisman players on there. Justin Fields or Chase Young could either win Heisman.
Defensive line,
which is crazy. It's crazy. Justin Fields and Chase Young are both Heisman finalists. It's insane.
I'll get into
It's
Chase
insane.
Young soon.
And we don't talk enough about their running back. Dobbins, right? What's his name? J.K. Dobbins. I forget.
He went off in that Big Ten game.
What is it?
33
J.K.
carries.
Dobbins, I was right, yeah.
33 carries, 172, and a touchdown.
He's a beast. We don't talk about him enough. He really kills teams with his ability to really run the ball, and this team as a whole. And then you got Trevor Lawrence, and you got T. Higgins, who's a guy I love. Receiver for Clemson that just blows the top off teams. So we got some really great matchups here. If you ask me, initially,
I was getting ready to ask.
It's
Let's
great.
pick 'em.
It's a great. I love the four. I'm glad Oklahoma's there. You want to see Jalen Hurts there, who is the first quarterback in the college football playoff era to lead two different teams to the college football
Yeah, I feel
playoffs.
bad for Alabama. They could have used Jalen Hurts.
They could have used Jalen Hurts a lot. Yeah, they probably wouldn't have lost that game against who they lose to. Auburn, right?
Auburn, yeah.
Auburn. Or was it Ole Miss? I forget who it was against.
I think it was Auburn.
Auburn, right. One of them. Listen, I'm glad they're in.
Let's hear it.
But ultimately, it's going to get what we all want. And it's going to settle what I was talking about, a couple minutes before this. LSU and Ohio State. That's what we're going to get. We're going to get that. We're going to get that. Listen, Clemson has had it easy the whole way to this college football playoff. I don't really think they've played a top 10 team throughout here. I'm not sure. I don't believe so. And if they had, it hasn't really been a great team. They've had an easy road here to the college football playoffs, right? Oklahoma, listen, they have Jalen Hurts and all that, but I just don't think it's enough to beat Joe Burrows, Jamar Chase, who's, I think, leading the college football in receiving yards. And then you got Justin Jefferson there, who's another potential first-round pick as a wide receiver. Their running back, who's been killing teams, really, who killed Alabama. They got some good players on the defensive side of the ball, too. I just think it's going to be too much for Jalen Hurts to really overcome, especially a team in Oklahoma who struggled against Baylor.
Yeah.
And Baylor used like 3 different quarterbacks that game. Joe Burrows is an animal. I think he's going to win this game easily. But it's going to be fun. I think we're gonna see big plays. This has chance for a lot of big plays. Like I said, both sides of the ball. CeeDee Lamb, a guy who we love a lot. But ultimately, I think LSU is just a much better team than Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. And then again, I think Clemson has just had too easy of a road to the college football playoffs, where Georgia has Ohio State has had to go through a couple good teams. Penn State, Minnesota, and
Michigan,
and then they just beat Wisconsin. So
beat the brakes off of it.
it's hard to beat a team that has two potential Heisman winners on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball, which is why I think it's going to ultimately lead up to LSU against Ohio State. And I think LSU is going to end up winning the whole thing. So
Ooh,
I'm picking LSU to win
okay.
the national championship game.
Okay.
I think Coach O is setting a new culture here in LSU, and he's bringing that back. And I think they're gonna roll with this. Joe Burrow.
What a story on Ed Orgeron, by the way.
What a story! And
35 years ago, working on a shrimp boat, fired from Ole Miss.
I'm telling you, he's bringing that culture back to LSU. We saw LSU struggle there for a while with towards the end of Les Miles' era, but they're back. They're back and better than ever. Yeah. They are back, and I think it's time for LSU to hold that championship again. I truly believe that. And listen, I love Justin Fields. I love Chase Young and what they got going there, J.K. Dobbins. But Joe Burrows is doing something special. I think he's going to win the Heisman, and I think he's going to take home the national championship game. I truly believe that. They run the ball so well. The two receivers on the outside are basically uncoverable. You can't cover. Jamar Chase is an animal. And then you got Justin Jefferson there, who's probably going to go in the first round in this year's draft. And they got a couple of playmakers on defense. Not the best defense LSU has had, but they got a couple of playmakers there. I just think they're gonna take it, bro. I've been supporting LSU for a while. During the Les Miles era, I've been supporting them
since OBJ.
And then listen, they haven't had a good quarterback in a while, which is why I think now is the time that they have the quarterback there, and I think they're gonna get it done. First, let's talk about your picks for these.
Okay, all right.
You got LSU.
I got LSU.
Okay, you got
as
LSU.
much as I love CeeDee Lamb because he's got get away from the cop speed.
He's going to be a top 10 pick. I believe that. I believe he's going to be a top 10 pick.
Without a doubt. You got Charleston Rambo. You got the boy wonder Lincoln Riley, who probably will end up being the next Cowboys head coach. But at the end of the day, LSU is too much. They'll be too much for Oklahoma. End of the day, that will be a victory. I'm going to take this game right here. This is my national champion. I'm picking Ohio State to win this game.
Okay.
First of all, Clemson, like you said, hasn't played anybody all year.
They really haven't.
Their quality win was Texas A&M, and they ended up stinking the rest of the season. So that's not even a quality win. They win by 1 point to the freaking Tar Heels, who is a basketball school, people. They suck. But 2 words. Chase Young.
Okay.
When I think of Chase Young, I think of Myles Garrett. I think of Khalil Mack, the Mac Daddy. Okay. I think of J.J. Watt. I think of Jadeveon Clowney. This dude is disruptive. This dude is a freaking wildebeest. I think of Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa. This dude, Chase Young, is an absolute wrecking ball. And how he's able to stop the run, get after the quarterback. His effort is second to none. This kid hits every single check mark that you want. And then you got Justin Fields, who has the heart of a lion. He goes down that Big Ten championship. They're getting blown out. It was 21-7. He comes back in the second half. He's like, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna cook these Bulls. And that's exactly what he did. Transfer from Georgia, and I think at the end of the day, Trevor Lawrence and Clemson won't be able to handle that kind of pressure. Shout out to Dabo Swinney, what he's been doing over these past couple years, being able to dominate the college football world, but it all ends here. And then we get into the much anticipated matchup that I think everybody in America and the world wants to see, and that's LSU versus Ohio State. And for the same exact reasons is why Ohio State is going to win the national championship. Okay. Is that dude Chase Young? It's absolute monster, bro. Monster personified.
Listen, I can't disagree.
I can't even know. There's like no
I think
answer.
they really have a 50-50 chance to win the national title. I truly believe that.
You got J.K. Dobbins, like you said.
I think you can go on either side, honestly. I don't think any team really has an advantage, whether it's between LSU or Ohio State. I hope they both make it there, and none of them really just, get upsetted, because I really want to see that. So.
Me too.
We'll see. Do you think Chase Young ends up going first overall?
Nah, because the Bengals suck something fierce.
Okay.
They're gonna end up taking
Joe
Joe
Burrow.
Burrow.
Okay.
And then the Giants suck bad too. So this is gonna be a huge pick for them. There's no way they pass up on Chase Young at number 2. I mean, Chase Young is definitely by far to me the best player in this draft.
Oh yeah, I agree.
But
with that.
it's necessity over skill. So it ended up.
Clash in the Dunes. I think that's what it was called. But we got part 2. Great boxing match, which we've been waiting a while for. The first one ended crazy when, Andy Ruiz Jr. shocked the world.
The
Completely
universe, bro.
turned it upside down by beating Anthony Joshua, knocking him on his ass a couple of times. Joshua didn't want it anymore, didn't want to leave the corner. Ref called it. His fight hyped up. Anthony Joshua coming back to get his belt in Saudi Arabia. Comes out there. He has a game plan. But prior to this fight, what was the big news? Anthony Joshua slimmed down.
And
Ruiz gained 20 damn pounds. Was almost 300 pounds. Was at 280.
That's a damn shame.
Was at 280, and he was making excuses, saying, "Oh, he ate in the morning, breakfast and whatnot," trying to make excuses for his weight gain.
You should be ashamed of yourself. You should.
The fight starts out. Anthony Joshua has a clear plan, and that's not to get close to Andy Ruiz. That's fight from a distance. Work that jab. He got a couple nice straight rights in there. He cut Ruiz in the first round, cut his eye. Ruiz got to cut his eye a little bit too, but Anthony Joshua, for the most part, played a really technical, game plan, and he boxed him. He boxed him. That's how he won this game. He boxed him. Kind of had what Tyson Fury's game plan was, fighting Deontay Wilder. Is kind of what Anthony Joshua did. You don't want to get too close. Andy Ruiz kind of did stun him a couple times in this fight, which is why Anthony Joshua kind of really is like, okay, I got to stay away from this guy. I've gotten clocked a couple times, and I've been wobbly a couple times in this fight, but he did a great job of not getting close. You see towards the end of the 12th round, there's about 10 seconds left where Andy Ruiz is telling him, "Come fight me, come towards me." Anthony Joshua doing his best Sugar Ray Leonard impression and just, "No sir, I'll stay out here. You can come to me. I'm not coming in the middle of that ring. I'll fight you from a distance. And I don't want to feel that knockout power, nor I don't want to, throw heavy hits and exchange haymakers with you like I did in that first fight, which was a big mistake.
That was a big mistake.
I'm gonna outbox you because I am a better boxer than you, straight up." And that's exactly what my boy AJ did. He retained his belts. Like he said, he was humble in defeat, and he will be humble in victory. And that's exactly what he did. He got his belts back, and great payday for both these guys. I mean, Anthony Joshua came out with $85 million in this fight, and Ruiz came out with $13 million around. So, great payday for both of these guys. I think Anthony Joshua just came out with a great game plan. A lot of people wanted him to change his coach, and he didn't. And he was really able to work that jab and just keep distance. Work that jab, throw in that, that straight right a couple times. Catch him, a couple good times. Like I said, he bloodied his eye a couple times. But Andy Ruiz just has a crazy chin. And Joshua, who's been criticized for having a glass chin, really kept his distance this fight and was really focused, really determined. Like you said, he slimmed down. He slimmed down for this fight, really got in great shape, which he's usually always in great shape for most of his fights. And just really came out there with the game plan, executed, got back his belts, and is the champ of, what is it, the WBO, the IBF, the IBO, and the WBA. I don't understand this. It's stupid. I don't know why they just keep one belt. But he got back, 4 of his belts that he lost. So that's what he said he was going to do, and that's what he did. I think it wasn't as exciting as the first match, but it was still exciting. There's a lot of hype to it. I really think the weight gain really killed Ruiz.
He should be ashamed of it. Him and his camp should be ashamed of it.
Totally.
That shows that you didn't take this fight serious.
And he talked about how he skipped out on, training and stayed home and watched movies. I'm like, dude, what the hell?
Dude, your objective with that fight is, yes, you shocked the world once, but everybody think that was a fluke. What you were supposed to do was come out and prove everybody that wasn't a fluke. And what you did was you ate too much damn burritos, pizza, I don't know what the hell you were eating, but you look like freaking Grimace from McDonald's. What are you doing? Nah, come on, man. What are you doing?
What pissed me off is he lied about it. He sat there and he lied about it. He said on his scale he weighed less than that. He said that the reason he weighed that much is because, I woke up, I had to eat, I had to do all this, and by the time, weigh-ins came. No, don't lie, because then after the fight you admitted that you were overweight. You admitted that was your problem.
That was
so
garbage.
if you're gonna be honest through the whole damn thing. Don't lie about it. You know,
Grimace from
pre-fight.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Looking like freaking Eddie, Gabriel Iglesias. Fucking
You're
fluffy.
a world champ. You're a world champ. I get
That's
it.
how
You could have, all the fame and hype could have went to your head. I get it. But you're a world champion, so you gotta train. You gotta defend that damn belt.
Exactly.
You know,
You and your team.
because
should
you
be
know,
champions, so.
Joshua was coming back for it. Joshua's not a guy that talks a
He
lot of
got
trash.
humbled.
Joshua was humbled even in defeat. He let him hold all the belts. He let him have his time. He didn't talk smack. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna do all my training in quiet, and
Should be a
have everything lay low. And I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna prove to you I'm gonna get my belts back, and I'm really a top heavyweight in this, division.
So he has his mandatories
Mhm.
that he has now got. He has his belts back. So the gajillion-dollar question
Okay.
for you, brother: can he last 12 rounds in the ring with the Bronze Bomber?
It's hard. It's hard because listen, Joshua's never physically been really knocked out, like where he's just passed out, But he has been knocked down a couple times. He has been knocked down. Klitschko did knock him down. Ruiz really put it on him and made him not want to go back out there anymore. But he did execute a great game plan. But listen, Deontay Wilder is a lot taller than Andy Ruiz. He's around 6'7", I think, right?
And that
He has length. Deontay Wilder has the stamina to come at you. Deontay Wilder comes at you.
And he has
know
the
what I'm
heart
saying?
of a lion.
He comes at you. It's different than he comes at you. So, but I still think it would be a great fight just because I believe, Joshua has that technique.
Yeah, he
I
has
think-
the possible chance to outbox him the way Tyson Fury did.
But it would be a great fight.
Either him or
it would be a
Tyson
great
Fury,
fight. It
either
would be a
or.
great fight just because I think Wilder's like I said, he's a taller guy. He's way more aggressive than what's his name, Andy Ruiz.
Andy
He's a guy
Ruiz.
who takes his training
It's a
serious.
gorilla.
He's a guy who Wilder has gone from weighing 230 before to when he fought Fury, he fought him at around like 212. So it just depends. Like I said, I think AJ's more focused now after being humbled by that defeat. And it's the fight everyone wants to see. Honestly, it really is. It really is the fight that everyone wants to see. But Tyson Fury was able to do it for 12 rounds, and this was coming off. He was weighing 300 pounds before that fight.
Off of cocaine.
Off
all
of
types
mental
of pills,
mental health problems,
drinking.
depression. He was dealing with all that and came back and was able to do that to
Put
Tyson
on a
Fury.
freaking show.
To Deontay Wilder. Last 12 rounds to him. Yes, he came back from the dead a couple times. He did. But I think these are the fights that need to happen. I think the winner of that needs to fight Anthony Joshua in 2020. It has to happen. I wouldn't mind seeing a third fight between Joshua and Ruiz, but I think Ruiz would fit. I can't wait now for that Wilder
Fury fight in February.
Yeah, I can't wait for that because I think that's really going to set up the next super fight because I think Joshua has to be waiting for that. As Eddie Hearn says, he wants unification. Well, let's see if you're really about it, man. Challenge whoever wins that. Unify them belts, get them all. Put all the belts on the line. It's about damn time. Bring the heavyweight division back.
Yeah.
It's getting there. But we got to see the best of the best. And if to you guys that is Tyson Fury and Wilder, we'll see that in February. But you got to throw Anthony Joshua's name in there. So we'll see. I hope this is the return of the heavyweight division. This is what we want to see. You got to win. And the talk for the next couple months is going to be Wilder versus Fury. And we're going to be building up that hype right here on the Process Loading Podcast.
Yes,
You can damn right.
We'll build it by Joshua.
Okay.
Amazing win.
Mhm.
Great strategy by him and his camp, being able to distance the fight with the jab.
Okay,
Able to
okay.
control the pace and control the story of a fight. At the end of the day, when you're in a boxing match, you want to control pace, you want to control story because that's what wins you in the cards
Mm-hmm.
if it does go down to that. But what that showed me is that that's not lasting with a guy like the Bronze Bomber.
Okay.
Deontay Wilder has the most dangerous right hand
He does.
in heavyweight history.
Mm-hmm.
Taking a right hand from him is like standing in front of the express train. Battle your ancestors, dog. That will
like getting
break your
hit by a
ligaments. It will
torpedo.
break your bones. It will destroy your entire facial structure. The dude hits hard, and he hits unbelievably hard. Tyson Fury literally ate one of them shots, and I couldn't even believe how the hell he got. I thought he was dead. I legit thought he died. I thought he died.
I did too.
Dude, the Bronze Bomber is the most dangerous heavyweight out there, and I think it would be it would be an amazing fight if him and Joshua do end up fighting, because he could take the same approach that Tyson Fury did, was try to outclass him in the boxing world, not trying to brawl with him, because at the end of the day, if he connects with one of them right hands, if Wilder clips Joshua with a right hand, it's over. It's all she wrote. That dude's right hand is insane. Like I said, it's gonna rattle your answers. It's gonna shake your ligaments. It's gonna buckle you down to your knees and make you pray to God that you get back up. Cause that boy hits hard.
100% does.
Man, that Tyson Fury fight, bro. I don't agree with the date. I think it's too early. I think it should have waited until.
I think so
I think
too.
it should have waited
so.
until May, either May or September.
Yeah.
Because it's way too early. I think at the end, I think both guys are going to be very conditioned, very well. But I don't like the fight. It's way too early. For me.
I'm worried about Fury's cut, man. I don't think it's going to be fully
exactly
good.
Like you said with
Nate Diaz.
That cut was still too fresh and never really healed.
Days. That was 70 days.
So I'm a little worried about the date.
Opened up that fast, so I am worried.
Boxing is in good hands. We have what's the dude's name? It's not Spence. Crawford. We got
Crawford's fighting tomorrow against a mandatory fight he doesn't really want to do. He'll probably end up winning that easily. We probably won't see a Crawford Errol Spence for a while, just because Errol Spence prayers got out of that car accident, so probably won't be seeing that. But I know Terrence Crawford wants the big dogs.
Probably won't see that till 2021.
He wants him. So maybe we'll see. I think a great fight will be Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter. I think that'll be a great fight.
He said
see, that's why I think Josh was more dangerous now, because he was able to take that loss.
Yeah, that's true.
He got the pressure off. The pressure's off him. He got the loss. So now
he's got like basically nothing to lose, because he lost his O.
He lost his O, and he was able to bounce back from it, which a lot of fighters can't do. We saw that with Pacquiao when he got killed by was it Marquez that just straight up flattened him?
He got freaking clipped.
that flattened him. Who else did he lose to? He lost to Joe Horn. Bounced back from that.
That was awful.
He lost to I think Timothy Bradley the first time, which was ridiculous.
That was god
awful. Bounced back from that. So great fighters are able to bounce back. You know what I'm saying? Which is what I think makes Anthony Joshua much more dangerous. So, and he's still young, which Pacquiao, when he took those losses, was old and was still able to bounce back at his age, which makes Anthony Joshua even more dangerous. That he's that young and was able to bounce back from that loss. You know?
Saying, bro, if he gets clipped by Wilder.
I know.
Holy cow.
We'll see. It's
gonna make you pray to God that you get back up before the 10 count.
Fight's gotta happen. That we covered a lot of NFL stuff because that was mostly headlines, and then that nice big fight in the dunes, Saudi Arabia, guys. So, anything else to say?
Go Lakers, baby. That's my last part.
Just to all my folks out there, happy Wednesday.
You know what time it is, dog. You know what time it is.
Oh, man.
AD, shout out to you, dog, for dropping that Mickey D's 50-piece chicken McNugget on my man Carl Anthony Towns. Gave him gave him a little bit of sweet and sour sauce. Get out the way, boy. And we probably washed our hands with the Orlando Magic. I didn't get to check out the highlights or the stats of that game, unless you want to check the form real quick. Hopefully they lose to that bum squad.
No, they beat them 96-87.
Cool. I like
LeBron, triple-double, 25, 11, and 10.
Woo.
Yep, handle business.
Why? So the problem is we haven't played good teams. You get who you get on your schedule. LeBron ruins big men, but Anthony Davis is in the running for MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, baby. Okay. Let's get it. And the Sixers with a great quality win last night against the Denver Nuggets.
3 in a row. See you tomorrow, Boston.
And
with that tune,
let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up.
Go Birds!